So good morning. Welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. So this is day 7 of practice. And so it's a Sunday yum, or Saturday yum even. Sorry, I got distracted. I started counting the numbers in my head of the month. I was like, well, anyways. So it's Saturday yum, and Saturday yum means a floor class where we move really slowly. It's based on a thing called somatics, which is a really slow way of moving and integrating your nervous system into the movements that we create. There's also typically some abs in this, but there is, those of you who've been with me for a while know that there's a certain style, or there's certain moves that we do that are very typical to the floor work. So come lie on your back and let's do a Saturday yum. Come. So your knees are bent and your feet are flat on the floor. And always when I land on the floor on my back, I love unpacking my shoulders. So it's like I wiggle my shoulders from side to side and let them land, and then just kind of rock my pelvis, feel the contact, let it land. And then just wiggle my toes a little bit so that they also feel that sense of contact. Rock my head and just feel as I settle into the contact, how is that? Nice. And then just begin gently by flattening your lower back into the floor and then arching your lower back. So the pelvic tilt. So as I flatten my lower back down, there's no space between my lower back and the floor. And as I arch, there's a space in my lower back, but my bum is pushing down. So I'm not lifting my hips in any way. I'm just tilting the pelvis to flat, pulling backwards, to arch, to lift through the spine. And the lifting and rocking is in relationship to the floor. Later on, we will lift our pelvis up, but that's not now. So with all these movements, see if you can slow them down so you're feeling the movement deeply in your body. And you're noticing the quality of what you're doing. Can you make it smoother as a movement? Can you make it that you're continuously aware of the movement as you do it? So rather than just arch, flatten, it's like I am arching, I am arching, I am arching. Oh, I can feel the floor. Oh, I am, and just feel as you move from one way to the other, how the floor changes, how the muscles change. Nice. And then we'll do the opposite, or a different movement, which is lift the right buttock off the floor and then lift the left buttock off the floor. So this is a left-right tilting of the spine. So lifting one side, lifting the other side. So there's a sense of a rocking and a lifting. And I always feel like this begins to move into the sides of my hips, the sides of my pelvis in a different way than the tilting. And then roll like there's a clock on the back of your pelvis, keeping your feet on the floor. How smooth can you make this movement? Maybe often I'll find that I'll be closing my eyes in a yum class because I want to feel deeper into the movement that I'm creating. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. Back to center. And now rock your knees down towards the right. Back to center. Rock your knees down towards the left. And so if you have been doing movement a lot, it's not necessary if you're new to my yoga, but if you move a lot in your life, or if you've been doing yoga with me for a while, you might find that this movement is wonderful, but very straightforward. So bring your arms wide. And so to make it a little bit more confusing, you're going to take your ball, find your ball. Huh, I found my ball, okay? And hold on to the ball in front of your face just for a moment. So your arms are straight and your knees are back to center. And as I drop my knees down towards the right, I'm going to carry the ball down towards the left with my left hand. And then I come back to center with my arms and my knees. And as I drop my knees down towards the left, I drop the ball down towards the right. So closing your eyes and just feeling as your knees go one way, your ball goes in the opposite direction. And you can travel with your elbows bent, or you can travel with your arms straight. Arms straight, you'll feel more strain through the front of your chest. Elbows bent, it's more about just the passing of the ball from side to side. I think I preferred my elbows bent because the ball traveling is more important than the stretching of our shoulders. So just feel that. As your knees travel right, your ball travels left. And as your knees travel left, your ball travels right. Does it change something in your mind, in how you have to be present in this moment? Or is it easy peasy? So great. So we'll let go of your ball just for a moment and now come into gliders. So drop your knees down towards the right and then glide your left knee up in the direction of your right shoulder. And then travel back to center. And then draw your left knee up or your right knee up towards the left shoulder. So as I travel from side to side, I'm listening to the distance that I want to travel to with my knee, because the higher up towards my shoulder I go, the stronger it is into the side of my pelvis, into my lower back. So let the first 4 or 5 repetitions of this be really warming and gentle. So you're just tracking, you're not forcing, you're going, wow, as I do this, I can feel this wrapping around across the back of my pelvis and into my lower back. So already for me now, things are starting to change, and I can feel that the length is starting to happen across the back of the sacrum, across the side of my hip. And I'm feeling, oh, this is really nice, allowing the lengthening to happen in motion. So you're going to try the same thing with your ball again. So as your knees go right, your ball goes left. And as your knees go left, your ball goes right. Maybe it's really easy for you. For me, I think maybe is it my dyslexia that goes, whoa, this is so difficult. Or there's some part of me that has to really be present and listening when I start to change the ball from one side and then to the other as my knees travel in the opposite direction. Really be present in the movement. Make it smoother. Make the traveling of your hand and the ball smoother. Slow things down. One more time each side. I even feel like as my knee travels towards the end of its range, my hand slowly descends towards the floor. So it's like they're mirroring each other in the motion. Great. Come back to center. Drop your ball down. Cool. So pull your right knee up onto your chest. Squeeze it in. So always when I do that, I want to resettle my spine. So it's like I push my head down and I walk my spine long and away from my lower back. I suddenly want more space as I pull my knee up towards me. Nice. And then let that right leg travel. So reaching it out, let it straighten out slowly till it floats just above the floor. And then squeeze your knee up towards your chest. So as you travel, allow the unfolding of your leg to happen naturally. Maybe the first few times you do this, your knee stays bent and feel like you're pushing a stone really slowly away from you. So the end has this sense of a surge, and then draw your knee back up towards you. Surging down. And I feel like, that amazing question. I love that. Where does my leg begin? Where are the roots of my leg? Like I often can feel how, as I lengthen my leg, that the side of my face is changing in its connectivity to my body. One more time. Squeeze your right knee up, hug it in, and then lower your right foot to the floor. Other side. Squeeze the left knee in, hug it in. Just pausing there. Nice. Begin to travel. Lengthen out into the left leg. Feel that first time that you do the unfolding is a bit creaky. And then let the strength emerge in the movement that is emerging. The range of motion will become clearer as we move. And as the range of motion becomes clearer, we have more power into our range of motion. So notice that now, that suddenly as you surge down into your heel, you're like, whoa, I can really feel my heel. Maybe you didn't sound like a surfer when you said that, but whoa, cool dude. Right, stretching down into your heel, and then both feet to the floor. Pause. Nice. So we're going to start making a combination of that movement. So bring your arms wide. Drop your knees down towards the right, and then draw the left knee up towards the right shoulder. And then come back to center. Your left foot is going to float the whole time. Stretch the left leg long so it floats just above the floor. So now my left leg is floating just above the floor. I'm lying on my back. And then drop your right knee down. Draw your left knee up towards your right shoulder. And then come to lie on your back. Leg is floating long above the floor. If for any reason you find that the front of your left hip, that's too strong, then bend your knee enough that you start to feel that, oh yes, now I can do this movement in wellness. So you're traveling over towards the right, squeezing your left knee up, and then traveling onto your back, lengthening your leg long. We're going to add one more element to this movement. Over towards the right, squeeze your knee up towards your right shoulder. Travel onto your back, your leg is long, and now swing that left leg up towards you, up towards your face. Leg goes down, knee goes over towards the right. Lie onto your back, your leg is straight. Swing your leg up towards you. Leg goes down, leg goes over towards the right. Swing it straight, and then up towards the ceiling. Last one. Down, over towards the right. Long and up towards the ceiling. Hold on to your left leg. Pull it gently down towards you. Pointing your toes, stretching your heel. Pointing your toes, stretching down into your heel. Roll your ankle in a circle. And as you roll, you'll feel the high-pitched groaning from your calf and your leg. And then roll in the other direction. Just feel that. That sense of wow. Calves are tight, hamstring is tight, foot is tight. Nice. Lower your foot down and pause. Cool. So drop your knees down towards the left. Slide your right knee up towards the left shoulder. Come lie on your back, straighten the right leg long. Let it float just above the floor. Bend your right knee up towards the left. gliders. Come lie on the floor with your legs straight and floating. One more time before we bring on the next bit. Knee over towards the left. Leg goes long. Swing your legs straight up towards the ceiling. Down. Knee goes over towards the left. Long up towards the ceiling. Long over towards the left. Long and up towards the ceiling. Hold on to it, pull it down towards you. Pause. Point your toes, flex your foot. Feel the knee of your leg. The longest nerves in your body go from your waist all the way down into your big toe. So these guys, like nerves, don't actually stretch like muscles. Nerves are more like electricity cables. So there's a little bit of give where they're a little bit slack or else they're tight. But when they're tight, that's kind of it for nerves. They don't stretch, they don't go boing, boing all that much. So when you flex your foot, you're tensioning the nerve line. And when you point your toes, you're slackening the nerve line. Feel the difference. Flex your foot, point your toe, oh, oh. Roll your ankle. And then in the other direction. Nice. Both feet to the floor and pause. Nice. Cool. So feet are hip distance apart, arms are long beside you. And then just roll up and down along your spine. Lift your hips up. And as you roll up and down, see what sense of wellness. So in the beginning, maybe this movement is small. It will grow and lengthen. So the front of our hips, because we sit in chairs a lot of the day, this area here becomes very tight. So these are the anti-chair movements. A sense of lengthening out the flexors. And so if you roll up and down, how would you roll like a rolling pin along your spine? And how would you really roll down along the spine in juiciness and yumminess? Rolling up and rolling down. Nice. One more time. Rolling up and rolling down. Nice. So bring your left elbow to rest on the floor, and it can be straight out towards the side, or it can be somewhere over there, over towards the left side. Rest your left arm down. And then bring your fingers so that your nails are resting just on the area above your eyebrow. Okay, so it's like my knuckles are resting on my forehead, let's say. The back of my hand is resting on my forehead. So this is our version of the floor wing, okay? And then if I was to chop, I lift my elbow and then point my fingers up towards the ceiling, but also I lift my right shoulder off the floor. Drop your shoulder down and bring your knuckles to the forehead. So wing and then chop. Wing. Chop. Feel the rolling of your body over towards the left as you do this. The twisting of your spine. One last time. Wing and chop. Nice. Right arm is long beside you. Let it rest on the floor. Pause there. Feel that in your neck and your shoulders. Bring the left knuckles to rest to your forehead, and then lift your elbow, point your fingers, lift your shoulder and chop so that your right shoulder is really squeezing into the floor. Drop your knuckles down to your forehead and then chop. Wing. Chop. Wing. Chop. Super cool. All the way back to center. Reach your arms straight up towards the ceiling. Drop your arms down overhead and just feel the opening of your chest as you do this. The sense of the widening of the armpits, the opening of the shoulders. Nice. And then roll up and down along your spine again here. If you need to bend your elbows a little bit more, then do. If you can keep your arms straight, then do. It's really easy. So as you roll up and down, just feel your spine, feel the length of you. Nice. One more time. Great. From here, bend your elbows, bring your elbows to rest to the floor beside you. Walk your feet a tiny bit closer, and then stretch your right leg up towards the ceiling. Your knee can be bent or your leg can be straight up. See what's right for you. Push your elbows down, lift your hips up, and drop your bum to the floor. Up, bum to the floor. One more time. Up, bum to the floor. Cool. Change legs. Left leg up, knee can be bent, leg can be straight. Up, bum to the floor. Up, bum to the floor. And last time. Up and all the way down. Both feet to the floor. Feet are as wide as your mat. Drop both knees down towards the right. Bring your arms wide. So you can stay here just as you are, or you can slide your left foot up and tuck your left foot into the back of your right knee and hold on to your left knee with your right hand. And I'm going to find the sweet spot for my left shoulder and then draw my two shoulders backwards into the floor and widen the front of my chest. So this is called a Margaret. Margaret in America. So yeah, I call this now a Margaret in my head. At the end of Wonder, the end of December, no, the beginning of December actually, I put out a call for people's favorite moves. And this is Margaret's. So widen your shoulders, deepen your breath, soften through the chest. Nice. Slide your foot all the way back. Both arms wide. Feet are as wide as your mat. Feel the edges of the mat under your feet. Drop your knees down towards the left. You can stay there or draw your right foot up and tuck it in behind the left knee and hold on to the right knee with your left hand. Widen your shoulders. Settle backwards. How wonderful. Slide your foot all the way down, both feet to the floor. Nice. So you have the option of squeezing your knees up towards your chest, bringing your feet to the floor, drop your knees wide. Use the rock, stretch your legs out. Just take like a minute or so to move and connect in a way that feels really wholesome or juicy to you. Like, how do you find that language of juiciness in your body? That sense of, oh, this feels very satisfying, or this feels very, I like that kind of, yeah, transformative satisfaction where you're feeling something and you're like, wow, this is really very relieving of a tightness or a holding or a stress in my body. And I'm allowing myself to really settle into something, or I'm feeling my tightness. And with that awareness and with my breath, I can deeply settle. So yums, this is the foundation of yums. These moves that we did, like there's literally like thousands of variations. I just keep making them up. And so, yeah, we'll, over the next 4 weeks, we will deepen into the Saturday and Sunday yum. I'm looking forward to it. So have a wonderful day. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. It really is such a wonderful part of my day to be here with you. And yeah, be well. Find, yeah, a sense of wellness, resource, connection in you. Know that the tribe is here. They're pretty epic. This wonderful tribe of yogis from all over the world. I was talking to somebody actually. I was saying it's like 360 yogis. So there's one in Moycullen, who's really strong and steady in her practice. You know, there's some out in Connemara who are really steady with their practices. There's Barneside, there's Galway, there's down in Exeter, there's South Africa, there's America. Oh yeah, no, there's Bangkok. It's just amazing. You know, all over the world, there's people doing yoga with us, this tribe, and they're all during all different times of the day because of all the different time zones. Oh, it's amazing. Um, so yeah, I will see you all tomorrow, and thanks for joining me. Ciao, ciao, Slán.